In the bitter winter of 1778, the American Revolution stood at a crossroads. The Continental Army, battered by defeats and dwindling morale, found itself entrenched in the freezing encampment of Valley Forge. Hungry, poorly clothed, and lacking discipline, the soldiers faced not only the might of the British Empire but also the stark possibility of their cause collapsing entirely. Enter Friedrich Wilhelm von Steuben, a Prussian military officer whose towering presence and military genius would transform the ragtag militia into a disciplined fighting force capable of achieving independence. He wasn't just a soldier. He was a visionary who revolutionized the very structure of the American Army. Today, we'll explore the fascinating story of Baron von Steuben, his rise through the ranks of European warfare, his journey to America, and his unparalleled contributions to the Revolutionary War. This is the tale of a man whose legacy is etched into the very foundation of the United States military. Grab a warm drink and get comfortable because this is a journey through one of history's most transformative stories. Early life and military roots. Friedrich Wilhelm von Steuben was born on September 17, 1730, in Magdeburg, in what is now Germany. Coming from a military family, his future in the armed forces seemed almost predetermined. His father served as a military engineer, and young Friedrich grew up immersed in the language of strategy and warfare. At just 14 years old, he witnessed the Siege of Prague during the War of Austrian Succession, a harrowing introduction to the brutal realities of war. By 17, he enlisted in the Prussian army, joining what was then considered the most disciplined and effective military force in Europe under the legendary Frederick the Great. Von Steuben fought in numerous battles during the 7 Years' War, where he demonstrated courage and tactical brilliance. His service earned him the rank of captain and a coveted position as an aide-de-camp to Frederick the Great himself. In this role, von Steuben gained first-hand experience in managing armies, coordinating logistics, and enforcing discipline, skills that would later prove invaluable in America. However, von Steuben's promising career in Prussia came to an abrupt end in 1763. Allegations of political scheming by a rival officer led to his discharge. This turn of events left von Steuben searching for a new purpose, setting the stage for his journey to the New World. A new beginning, from Europe to America. After his dismissal from the Prussian army, von Steuben served as court chamberlain for the Prince of Hohenzollern-Hechingen, overseeing the prince's household and affairs. Yet, this administrative role failed to satisfy his longing for the battlefield. Over the next decade, von Steuben sought opportunities to return to military service. He traveled across Europe, offering his expertise to various armies but found no takers. By the 1770s, he was increasingly desperate for a cause to fight for. In 1777, von Steuben's fortunes changed when he met American diplomats in France, including Benjamin Franklin. Through mutual contacts, he learned of the Continental Army's dire need for experienced military leaders. Recognizing an opportunity to make a difference, and perhaps secure a lasting legacy, von Steuben volunteered his services. Despite initial skepticism, von Steuben's credentials as a former Prussian officer and his willingness to serve without pay impressed General George Washington. In early 1778, von Steuben arrived in America and was appointed temporary Inspector General of the Continental Army. Valley Forge, a camp in crisis. The situation von Steuben encountered at Valley Forge was nothing short of disastrous. The Continental Army was a collection of farmers, tradesmen, and volunteers, most of whom had little to no military training. Basic sanitation was non-existent, with kitchens and latrines placed haphazardly, leading to widespread disease. Supplies were scarce, and morale was at an all-time low. Soldiers were freezing in tattered clothing, and desertion rates were climbing. To make matters worse, the Army's administrative systems were in complete disarray, with no accurate records of supplies or personnel. Von Steuben immediately set to work. His first task was to reorganize the camp itself, creating designated rows for tents, kitchens, and latrines to improve hygiene and efficiency. He implemented strict record-keeping procedures, ensuring that supplies were accounted for and properly distributed. These administrative reforms, while crucial, were just the beginning. The heart of von Steuben's mission was to instill discipline and transform the Continental Army into a professional fighting force. Revolutionizing military training. Von Steuben's training program was revolutionary for the Continental Army. Instead of overwhelming the soldiers with complex drills, he started small. He handpicked 120 men from various regiments to form an elite honor guard. These men were trained rigorously and then tasked with spreading von Steuben's methods to the rest of the army. His approach was both practical and innovative. Soldiers were taught the basics of maneuvering as individuals and in small groups before advancing to regimental formations. For the first time, the army learned how to march, maneuver, and fight as cohesive units. One of von Steuben's most significant contributions was the introduction of the bayonet as a weapon rather than just a tool. He taught soldiers how to execute effective bayonet charges, turning a previously underutilized piece of equipment into a game-changing asset. Von Steuben's personality played a key role in his success. He conducted training sessions in full military regalia, a stark contrast to the poorly dressed soldiers, which created an air of authority. His colorful use of profanity, often mixing German and French curses, endlessly amused the troops and made him approachable. Perhaps most importantly, von Steuben respected the soldiers' struggles and treated them with dignity. This earned him their trust and loyalty, ensuring the success of his training program. Proving ground. The Battle of Stony Point. The effectiveness of von Steuben's training was put to the test in 1779 at the Battle of Stony Point. Under his system, the Continental Army executed a nighttime bayonet charge against fortified British positions. The attack was a resounding success, with the Americans capturing the British fort with minimal casualties. This victory demonstrated that the Continental Army, once considered a disorganized militia, had become a professional fighting force capable of standing toe-to-toe with the British. Von Steuben's contributions were now undeniable. The legacy of the Blue Book. Von Steuben's training methods were codified in a manual titled Regulations for the Order and Discipline of the Troops of the United States, commonly known as the Blue Book. This document standardized drills, formations, and military discipline, providing a framework for the Continental Army's operations. The Blue Book remained the official manual of the U.S. Army until 1814, and its influence persisted well into the 19th century. It was a testament to von Steuben's lasting impact on American military doctrine. Von Steuben's broader legacy. Von Steuben's contributions extended beyond the battlefield. His story symbolizes the value of embracing foreign talent and the importance of adaptability. As an immigrant, he brought expertise that was desperately needed, and in return, he was welcomed and rewarded. In 1784, the Pennsylvania legislature granted him citizenship, recognizing his service to the nation. Von Steuben spent his later years in New York, where he became a respected figure in American society. His legacy reminds us that diversity and inclusion can strengthen a nation, and his example continues to inspire debates about immigration and integration today. Baron Friedrich Wilhelm von Steuben was more than a military officer. He was a transformative figure whose expertise and leadership helped secure America's independence. Without his training, discipline, and vision, the Continental Army may never have achieved victory. His story is a powerful reminder of the value of openness, collaboration, and the willingness to adapt. Von Steuben's legacy lives on in the principles of the U.S. military and the ideals of the nation he helped to build. If you found this story as inspiring as we did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible tales from history. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.